Well, hi everyone, welcome to part 4. In this video, we're going to show how to calculate checksums. What we're going to do is we're going to show the actual procedure of how to calculate these checksums. We're going to use a real world example. We're going to play with the Roland JD-XI synthesizer. I'm going to choose a specific function that is not easily accessible from those limited front panel controls. We're going to show some formulas and calculations so that you can see each of the steps. So hopefully it should be fairly straightforward for you. Let's have a look at the sysx message that we created in part 3, in the video part 3. I'm going to put a link up the top right hand corner of your video now, so you can click on that if you miss seeing that video on how to calculate sysx messages. This one we used as an example. This message itself is a Roland JD-XI. This sysx message specifically sends a command that adjusts the amp envelope attack time. What we want to do though in this particular example is we want to send a specific value. Let's choose the value of 100. So as we know, the value of 100 in hexadecimal is 64. We calculate that. There's a link above on the top right hand corner, which is the video in part 1, which shows how to calculate hexadecimal numbers. Be sure to check that out if you're not sure how to do that. It's a very, very simple tutorial. Anyway, so a value of 100 in decimal equates to 64. Okay, so moving right along, the checksum formula is this. Now this looks a bit crazy, but hang in there, it's actually not that hard. With Roland synthesizers, the checksum formula is the address plus the data, which forms the sum part. And then we divide the sum by 128, which gives us the quotient and remainder. Now this is back in the old days when we did maths, we had quotients and remainders. What we want to do is we want to grab that remainder and we want to subtract that from 128, and that will give us the checksum. Don't forget to convert your checksum back into hex. Okay, so let's use a real world example. The address and data values that we've got up there in our little table, we're going to use. The address is 25 plus 66 plus 0 plus 45. Now the 25, 66, 0, and 45 are converted to decimal from hex. And obviously the 64 is the 100. Now that adds up to a decimal value of 236. So now the next part of the equation is we do the sum over the value of 128, which gives us the quotient and remainder. In our case, it's 236 divided by 128. The quotient is 1 and the remainder is 108. The last part is we subtract the remainder from 128 and it gives us a value of decimal 20. We want to convert that 20 into hex, which gives us a hexadecimal value of 14. So the checksum is 14. Congratulations, you've just made your first checksum calculation. And there is our sysx message in full. This message will send straight out a value of 100 to the synthesizer. We're going to go and check that now on the screen. Okay guys, so over on the A-Pro editor, we're going to chuck the amp envelope attack time and set the value to 100, which is 64. Now, because this particular JD-XI controller needs a checksum of 0, 0, we won't be using our calculated checksum just in this example. That's just the way the JD-XI works with this controller. So just ignore that for the moment. But it's good to see that you can just set a pad toggle. And you can see with the MIDI monitor there that the 100 value was coming through. Right, so there's a variable slider that I've got set up, which will change the amp envelope attack time from 0 to 127. And I'm doing this because I want to show you that the JD-XI will take variables. Now I'm going to show you how the pad that I've just assigned to pad A5, when I toggle that, it will actually just assign the value of 100 and bang, there it is. As you can see, you can set a specific value, change it, and then hit the pad again, and then it goes back to 100. So there you go. So thanks for checking that out, guys. So in summary, we showed examples of how to calculate the checksum for the amp envelope attack time on a Roland JD-XI synthesizer. Just remember the checksums are calculated using a formula to prevent data corruption sent to a device. So they are important. And just remember too that you can find this information out, as always, usually written quite well in the Roland MIDI implementation manual. Most of the synthesizers that have MIDI implementation will have a manual like this, and hopefully I've demystified how to read these manuals. Thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to subscribe for more. The next video, I'm going to cover NRPNs, and hopefully you'll enjoy that one too. Thanks for watching. See ya.